The dog, man's best friend. He would follow you anywhere, and occasionally lead you even into the heat of battle. Courage at both ends of the leash. After viewing this video, we hope that you, the viewer, will support these canines who give so much. We want the viewers to help make their recognition permanent.
Hello, my name is Alan Driscoll, and I'm the president of the Canines of the War on Terror, Incorporated. On behalf of our board of directors and Barrow here, we'd like to tell you something about our organization. Canine WT, as we call it, is a unique organization for several reasons. We recognize the canines who are engaged on a daily basis in this country's war on terror. To the best of our knowledge, the concept of recognizing such diverse groups as the thin red line of our military and the thin blue line of our Department of Homeland Security and law enforcement as participants in a joint effort has never been done before. Awarding a specific canine medal, Forever Their Own, also represents a first-of-its-kind event. These canines are frequently mentioned in press accounts, but nothing permanent remains once that account has faded into the past. We ask a great deal of these canines in keeping us safe. Recognizing their efforts seems to be the honorable thing to do.
From birth, they are bred to be heroes in their own field. Almost every branch of the law enforcement has its own canine unit. Today, working dogs are raised and trained to handle a wide variety of tasks that keeps us all safe. From your local police department all the way up to the military and even the FBI, canines are an integral part of this protective structure. Currently, there are roughly 2,500 active working dogs in the United States military and thousands more within the Department of Homeland Security and law enforcement. All of these canines are specially trained to perform certain tasks. They are trained to search for bombs, caches, mines, anything that could be seen as a risk to us and the people that we love. Because of their incredible sense of smell and hearing, they can perform tasks that humans are incapable of. The dogs are trained to treat their searches as more of a game, similar to hide and seek. Finding something that is dangerous to us is the same as finding a treat or a prize to them. When that prize saves the lives of our citizens and soldiers, the unique value of the canine is clearly shown. For most working dogs, their training is an ongoing event. Whether it's scouting, searching for explosive caches, drugs, whose sale supports terrorism, or the detection of mines and improvised explosive devices, the handler and his canine train together and develop a bond and a reliance upon one another that is complete and necessary in order to, as safely as possible, perform their assigned jobs. When you see a police canine or a canine in the airport, you are looking at a highly trained unit that is working to keep you, the average citizen, safe. There is a penalty for all of this in the fact that the working canine will never be the average carefree household pet. That canine has sacrificed that relationship in order to perform the work that he has been assigned to do. His or her affection results from the bond that the canine has developed with the handler.
Just knowing that you have a best friend right next to you every day that'll keep you alive, it makes my day.
When dogs were first introduced into the military during World War II, they were donated by average citizens and were actually returned to their owners at the end of the war. After the Korean conflict in Vietnam, they were treated just as another piece of equipment, to be disposed of at will. After a dog's service, he was euthanized and never given the honor or respect that they rightfully deserved. However, after 2000, and by law, these canines were required to be made available for adoption to qualified individuals, and a report of the adoptions made to Congress.
When equipment gets old, it gets tired, it gets used up, it's discarded. Where in a canine situation, a canine is then taken and rehabilitated so that then they can enter back into the civilian force through the adoption program.
Unfortunately, these canines have never received the credit that they truly deserve for their service. Our organization has a prime mission to ensure that the canines of the War on Terror are recognized with a specific monument that will mark their place in history and to award a medal to outstanding canines that recognizes their contributions.
I think it behooves the country just in one sense to just say a well done and a thank you to the canines.
My family and I donate to the Canines of the War on Terror, Incorporated. It's a worthy cause that deserves recognition. I know any contribution, large or small, can make a big difference.
Medals that these dogs have received in the past have been perceived as a misuse of human medals, rather than medals to mark the courage and service that these dogs have shown. In World War II, dogs were given Purple Hearts and Bronze Stars for their heroic actions. Officials in higher places viewed these awards as inappropriate, and the medals were rescinded.
They'll hear about the dog. It doesn't stay in their memory. This monument and the medals that we give out are something that's very tangible.
As a private organization, we have the ability to award a medal to the dog and medallions for the handlers without fear that they will ever be taken away. Given this ability, we can ensure that the dogs will forever be remembered. As well as their own individual medals, the names of both the dogs and their handlers will be engraved on the granite faces of the monument's base. No one will forget the valor that these dogs have shown.
You just can't build a machine to do the job that a dog will do.
The monument itself will be a greater-than-life-size bronze of a canine and his handler stepping into danger. The sculpture of the dog and handler have been modeled after a very real soldier, Sergeant John Dankovich of the Massachusetts National Guard, and the dog is modeled after Barrow, the dog seen in the beginning of this video, and one of the first military dogs released to a civilian in the government's adoption program.
Years from now, people can look at that statue and realize that we're an important part of what went on in this country during the war on terrorism.
The sculpture will be done by Robert Scher of Skylight Studios in Woburn, Mass., whose other works can be seen on his studio's website.
I would like to thank you for spending this time with us and hope that you will consider supporting our cause. The K9WT is intended to be wholly citizen and corporate supported. There are none and never will be any government funds expended in the fabrication of the monument or the operation of the medals program. In closing, I would like to quote a line from a Rudyard Kipling poem, Tommy. "It's pleased to walk in front, sir, when there's trouble in the wind." There is trouble in the wind, and our canine teams, although often unseen, are walking in front all of the time. Barrow and I would like to thank you for your support and hope you will join us on our website at www.k9wt.org.